Hi everyone, and happy Saturday or whenever I decide to post this. Obviously, I do recordings on days that they're not supposed to be up because, well, it's easy to get everything done and put them into a nice little file so I can just easily click and post them later. So this is the Saturday video, and I'm going to go over a recipe of something that I did, which turned out to be amazing. And apparently, according to Soren, any soup or anything I cook to them is amazing. So I guess it's a good thing that somebody likes my cooking. They want to keep me around because of it. But also, I will be sharing a spell with you out of my book. Today I'm actually going to read one that I actually found in another bit of writing. I don't quite remember which book it was, but I enjoy it and I think it's a good little start out to things. It's called Invoking of the Witch. I am one with the universe. I am no thing and I am everything. I am the stars and the moon, the seas and the storms, the breath of life, the alchemy of change, the living and the dead I am. I am power and the joy. I am the spirit that dances. I am the magic. I am the priest. I am the witch. I am the elements. I am. I am the past, the present, and the future. I am the void. I am manufacturance of the desire. I am. And basically the I ams you're supposed to shout. But I'm not going to do that because I'm pretty sure my neighbors would not appreciate that, seeing that it's past 10 o'clock at night. A lot of people will probably know where it's from. I don't remember where I copied it from. I think I may have copied it from my friend's spell book, but I enjoyed that. And I have other little spells in here, and most of these are due to going through other books and even a friend. And you notice I also scribble down runes because reading them is a pain. But the spell that I was thinking more of is one that I've done a few times. What we're going to work on is a little thing that I like to do. It's a fun little magic spell thing that you can do with kids if you have them, other people. It's more of an activity than a spell. It is, well, you can make it into a spell. Wax jars. I put it on a cute little plate so that it would, wouldn't get everywhere. You notice this is just a regular corked bottle. This one is currently housing a little bit of wax and some dead wicks inside. What you can do, you can always rinse them out afterwards and put different things in them, or oils, or actually fill them with wax itself, and maybe place melted wax and pin a wick to this, hold it on there, and make it into your own candle if you choose to, and make it into literally a candle jar. What you need for that is a little jar. I got a pack of these from a craft store for about $5, and it had like 15 in them. I've used these for various things, to put oils in, to put water in, and obviously to make these. And you can get any candles. These ones, the little spell candles, tend to be the better ones because you can pop the top off. Or to prevent it from going all the way in, you can melt some wax around the seal and hold it onto it and let it just drip on the bottle. If you want to fill it with a different wax, you just hot wax, pour it into the thing with a funnel. Be careful that you can burn yourself. but it'll make a cute little thing, and they're cute little gift ideas. But what you can do with the candles before you do the thing, you can do a spell on them for luck or prosperity, to the wax to keep with you for good luck charms. And by doing that, you take one of the candles. I'm using the white one because, well, actually, no. Let's use Le Bleu. And, you know, the whole... Sorry, I clicked something wrong. The whole take out your little implement of doom or safety pin or needle. If you're working with kids, safety pins or needles are easier for them to handle. Preferably needles, because you can go like that, and if they cut themselves, they're just poking themselves. You can carve in names, you can carve in runes, you can carve in numbers, you can do letters, you can do words, you can do whatever you want. You can do symbols, whatever you feel makes you lucky, or prosperity, or whatever you'd like. And just carve them on in there. And I'm not going to actually carve it in there right now because I don't have my list of symbols on me. But you can do that. You can pick up these at, we get them at a new age store, sorry, for about 30, 40 cents a pop. But you can really actually do it with any candle. You can do it with any candle. These are just the easier ones to place inside the bottle, or to melt into the bottle, or to melt for the bottle. If you notice, red is skinnier than the blue. So that's like one of the ones that you'd melt to keep on top of it. Same with my black one and my white one. But you can do any kind of wax. You can melt a bigger candle like we have with the New Year's candle still. And carefully take it, and preferably over a plate or a bigger object. And you may get wax in your hands, so it's going to burn a little. Pour it over the bottle to where it cascades down, which you can see that I've done a few. The majority like this were actually from candles. I've also, if you noticed, this has a imprint on the bottom. This reflects it a little. But if you're going to do this fun little craft or spell, because you can use these as spell bottles. And if you're going to make a witch's jar, which we'll go over, I have one. I'm not going to show you my witch's jar for good reasons, because of where it's put. But we'll go over the making of it. And trust me, there's some aspects that you're going to go, oh, that's gross. But then you realize you can do that with spit as well. But you can use these for decorations, candle holders. Soren has a really good one, actually. Hey, look, it's magic. This is Soren's wax bottle. They have been working on this for over a year. It was a big bottle from Dollar Tree. If you notice, they do have broken parts from one of the candles when it was waving out, melted onto it, and sometimes you'll have parts that break off. If you want to get those back on, you just heat them, push them back on. Soren hasn't done that yet. Probably won't for a while, because these are really interesting pieces of wax, actually. Kind of cool looking too. You notice there's all different colors. There's white, pink, purple, black, green somewhere in there. Yeah, I'm looking at a green part. And I mean, obviously there's a difference between my little one and their big one. This one, they put candles in all the time. This is more of a candle holder than anything else. Notice the bigger plate on the bottom, and there's actually a mirror underneath. And inside this one, actually, as I drop wax pieces everywhere, it's semi-plugged by wax, which sometimes will happen, but they're actually a cool decorative piece. And if you wanted to, You could always put in like battery operated lights, fairy lights, turn them on and make it into a centerpiece, or for a creepy house showing, or for spells, or for circles. But these are actually fun and time consuming projects. But in the end, you can use them for whatever you want, for decorative pieces or for spell work. And that goes for a lot of people who do candle magic. Will think it's a great idea for a candle holder. It is. But mind you, almost every candle that goes on here has a purpose. If it's for healing, if it's for luck, prosperity, wisdom, full moon, which Friday the 13th was yesterday, so, which is actually a really good day in my book. I've never had a problem with it. But it also falls on the last day of the full moon cycle. So, but these are some fun little ideas you can do. And if you're on a budget and you don't have time to go out and get all these things, you can do it with household objects. Like I said, these are some bottles from Dollar Tree. You can use old wine bottles or alcohol bottles, just soak them and peel off the labels. Like I said, you can use any type of candle or candle wax. Or even if you have a scentsy thing and the wax pretty much has lost its scent, pour it carefully while still hot onto the bottle. I have done that before. They turn out pretty cool because you have different colors of waxes. Then there's, okay, that was probably going to be a really weird part in the video. I apologize, because apparently I put my mouse on my mouse pad. So, like magic, it's put up again. And the cat decided to walk through and say hello. But another cool thing is those are affordable to make. They're fun to make. And anyone can make them. Easy, simple little craft. And you can use them, like I said, spell work, candle holder, or anything really, decoration. I mean, you've seen taking the hot glue gun to the bottle and spray painting it black to make it look like black ink. Well, now we'll go on to the second topic of the video, which is what I said, my 666 beef stew. The reason why I'm calling it that is because the roast I bought was $6.66. Which kind of made me giggle, so I came up with the name of it. No, it's not evil. It's not meant to be evil. It's stew. So, until I can get better equipment or get my video camera actually running for my computer, which I'm actually, well, not running, more or less purchased. Thank you, tax return. I'll be doing these kind of odd. I started the stew at 3 o'clock today. What I did is I took the roast, I trimmed off all the fat that I could, but I did leave a little bit on there for the broth. Then I put it into my slow cooker, 6 cups of water. The 6th cup, the last 2 cups of water, I had it setting with beef bouillon in it. We get the powdered so that it can dissolve in there and make into a broth in the cup. Then I took 4 potatoes. You can skin them or leave the skin on. Cut them up into chunks. Put them in the stew. I added garlic salt. You can add as much as you like. I added about half a teaspoon of regular salt, or what we use is actually blue Persian salt, which we got for like $3 in a grinder. Then I used about 2 pinches of black Hawaiian salt, which is a salt that is blackened. I will eventually show you guys what it looks like. I just have to get up and get it out of my cupboard eventually. But I put about 2 big pinches in there. It adds more of a, almost a deeper taste to it. I'm not 100% sure how to describe it, but it tastes more smoked. The way they have that salt is, I believe it's something to do with, I'm not 100% sure. I have to look into how some of the black salt is made for cooking, because it's different than the black salt that is just made for spell work. I added those into there, along with pepper. That is at your discretion of how much you want to use. And I let it cook for about 4 hours. The meat ended up becoming able to be shredded, so I shredded it while it was still in the pot, and it still had 2 hours left on the cook. The potatoes were great, still in it. Then I chopped up half a white onion and about a half a cup of parsley. You can use parsley, you can use oregano, or you can use both. And I put it into the pot. I put it on for 2 more hours. And the end result is right here. If you notice, the beef is perfectly shredded. Potatoes can be cut by a spoon, so you can have huge hunky potatoes. And the broth is amazing. And the meat is cooked all the way through with the onions and everything else. If you like, you can add other things. I just didn't have them at the time. You can add carrots, you can add broccoli, you can add kale, you can add green onions. You can pretty much add anything that you would add to a soup into this. And the reason I didn't is because we didn't kind of have it, and because of the snowstorm, we haven't really been able to leave the house. We're still under about, 6-7 inches of snow here in Vancouver, Washington. Yay, we got snow. But which is bad because that means we can't go to work. But, excuse me. But with that, is a quick, easy soup to make. Yes, it does take about all day for it to cook. You can have it on longer than 8 hours if you wanted to. It's something that you could start, go to work, leave in the crock pot, come home, add the extra stuff, and serve it. You don't have to have the onions and the oregano and stuff cook for 2 hours. You can actually add it in while you start. I just like my onions a little bit more crunchier than soggy, and it worked. It is very refreshing. It tastes great. It smells great, and it can last up to 2 to 3 days in the fridge. You just have to reheat it the simple way that you would either in the stove in a pot or back in the crock pot. You can add noodles to it. My favorite is egg noodles, or they're Asian kind of egg noodles that are long and they look like a stick, and you're like, oh great, put it in there. Within minutes, it is a noodle. You can add regular pasta like bow tie pasta or any of that, but that's going to take a little bit quicker or longer time to cook. You can add rice to it. It should take about 10-15 minutes for the rice to fully cook into it. But if you add rice or noodles, reheat may not hold the best quality with it. If you add the thick noodles from like chicken noodle soup or something like that into that, reheat value would be better. With regular sort noodles, like what we get, or the egg noodles that we use, you want to try to get all the noodles out and eat it all in one day. For us, this is going to be a meal that lasts about 3 days, because we'll be keeping it in the fridge and then heating it up when we are hungry. Because, hey, it's how we live on a budget. And that's my budget meal and budget craft for the week. Hopefully you guys like it, and I will, next Saturday, I will have another spell for you all, or a little motivational read. and I'll have another recipe and other little tips of crafts and things you can do for altars if you're on a budget. Alrighty, have a good evening and blessed be.